everyone, Coder D comment time for another edition of Summer of D&D Settings, and today we're going to talk about D&D's most popular setting. So big, we're going to do a two-parter. Yes, part one will be Forgotten Realms, but next week we're just going to do the other settings, if that makes any sense. Got that? Good. Now let's talk about the Forgotten Realms, aka D&D's most popular setting. Hey everyone, Coder D comment time for another edition of D&D Hobby Anime, but we're still in the month of D&D seasons. And this is my friend Mike here, or Magic Friend, to talk about D&D with me. And we're going to talk about Ed Greenwood's most important setting thing, the Forgotten Realms.
Yeah, Forgotten Realms is probably the most popular setting in current gameplay. It involves a whole bunch of different realms. So this week, we're not going to touch on a lot of the secondary settings that you can play in Forgotten Realms. We're focusing on specifically the Sword Coast.
Correct. The Sword Coast, if you don't know, is the setting of the D&D movie, which came out a few years ago. If you've seen that movie, that's where they were basing off the movie. Fun fact, the jail scene at the beginning of the movie was originally based off an adventure at the time with Icewind Dale, and they're like, we need a jail for D&D, and it's like, we have this Icewind Dale we're doing. Do you want me to product place that? Mm-hmm. And it's like, sure, that could make sense.
Yeah, and this is the setting for a lot of the video game adaptations.
Yes,
so we're talking
like
about
Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter Nights, and Icewind Dale.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of different regions of this Sword Coast. It's a very long
yes, there's
waterway.
A lot.
So you have Baldur's Gate, you have Waterdeep, you have Neverwinter, you have the
Waterdeep.
My brain just shut down.
Sorry.
You have all the Illithid stuff.
Yes,
you have
there's a lot.
It also connects to the Underdark.
Yes, Underdark or the Veil of Shadows, which, if you say Stranger Things, they call the Veil of Shadows, but Underdark and Shadowfell are separate in Forgotten Realms. One's underground and the other's like reverse side, but that's another topic for another video. You should look it up, but the point is, Forgotten Realms is the most important D&D setting. Mm-hmm. We talked about all the locations, including the Yawning Portal or
that's
other
the
place.
one I was thinking of, Yawning Portal. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a Waterdeep location that's really important because without the Yawning Portal, that became the first anthology for 5th edition D&D. But the point is, 5th edition is really why Forgotten Realms is popular. That and other things. But the point is, the Forgotten Realms is one of D&D's biggest settings and so important. Now let's talk a little about the history. It was written by Elwell Savitar and Ed Greenwood, and he wrote the script of Adriz before D&D was a thing by maybe like 5 or 6 years. But that's like in an interview, which you do and do not count, which is kind of weird. But the point is, Forgotten Realms is big, and the book series is technically focused on one character, the main series, or Adriz. And we have to talk about the only major race in Forgotten Realms that is unique, the Drow.
Yeah, so to kind of recap that, this is the second setting, and you'll start to see a theme here. When the setting has a really good novel attached to it, It tends to be an important setting.
Right.
Last week was Dragonlance, Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman writing the Dragons of the Seasons books and the Twins books. Well, this one is a series of books written by R.A. Salvatore.
Yes.
Focused around the Ranger Drizzt.
Yeah.
DRIZZ''T.
Yes. Drizzt is one of D&D's most badass anti-heroes.
Yeah, he's very much an anti-hero because he is Drow. Drow at the time is considered to be an evil race. And it's just
Drow are
inherently
evil elves. And if you saw the community episode that everyone likes, even if it got edited, deleted from the show, the airing now, the one where it's like the black woman's like comparing the drow as a hate crime.
Yeah.
Like, that's bad, but that's the only problem with the drow are their evil black elves, which kind of is hard to explain because it's like very racist. But I don't want to explain it.
Start getting away
so
from that.
Instead, let's talk about high elf, moon elves / sun elves.
Well,
because high elves I'm sorry.
Well, this is the setting where we finally start getting away from some of the racial undertones of the 60s and the 70s.
Right.
We're moving into the 80s.
Yeah.
People have more awareness of what they're viewing. So Ari Salvatore writing a story about a person who's just assumed to be a bad guy, but always ends up as the good guy.
Yeah.
Even though his ways might be a little bit different than what you may think, is meant to be a way to break that mold, to bring it into the modern era of thinking, as opposed to the old way where it's like, orc is bad, human is good. Like, we're past that now.
Yeah. Orcs and humans are not the best combination, in my opinion.
Well,
that's why WoW, but that's another story for another day.
Yeah, that's why I made the World of Warcraft reference there.
Yeah, sorry. This is just two people knowing each other talking about something.
Right, but we have a lot of other characters we have to catch on too.
Right.
Mordenkainen comes up here.
Mordenkainen, if you saw our first one, it's more popular in Greyhawk, but in Forgotten Realms, he's still important. Mm-hmm. We also have Neverwinter, nor Neverwinter, or Neverember, like the name after the city person.
Right. We have Minsk and Boo, which are the planeswalking ranger and his space.
Actually, I thought he was a barbarian.
You're right, barbarian. Sorry.
Yeah, but, he's a barbarian.
Literally has a space monster gerbil.
A space hamster, which we will sort of see a spiritual successor in Spelljammer, which in a few weeks. But anyhow, the point is, D&D's everything D&D in this day of age goes to freaking Forgotten Realms. Mm-hmm. Everything, every trope, everything revolves around that. Even if we're finally getting a book for it at the end of the year for D&D 5th edition. I am not kidding. I'm so excited for that book. Mm-hmm. That's like the only 2 books I want to get for current D&D products that ain't the MTG Lorwyn book. But the point is, those are the only 2 out of 3 of the books on my D&D shopping list currently.
So we have 6 more settings to talk about, and then at the end, kind of a hodgepodge session.
Yes.
But this setting is the one that's lasted to today.
Right.
This is the setting that if you picked up a campaign book for 5th edition, like Into the Underdark,
yes,
or Tomb of Annihilation, or Elemental Evil,
yes,
all of those are set somewhere
in the Forgotten Realms.
The Forgotten Realms, and specifically somewhere near or on the Sword Coast.
Right.
There's a lot of settings that fit in this realm.
Yeah, and a lot of them are going to be for next time. Right. And we're also doing 2nd edition exposition if we have time. But anyhow, the point is, this is it for the video. If you like Forgotten Realms and think it's one of the more popular settings or overrated, leave a comment down below. This is comment saying bye-bye with my friend Magic Friends. And now it's bye. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
For now.